Right. So my goal was to go to the gym twice a week and do yoga twice, well, for last week.
Uh-huh.
So luckily, I did both of those things right before I started having an allergic reaction to the medicine that the doctor gave me. And then I haven't done anything since then. And I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I quit taking the medicine. So I'm hoping to be back on track by tomorrow as for the gym and the yoga. So that's about it.
Okay, so that was your challenge, right? You had a challenge of your health, but guess what? The fact that you didn't procrastinate and got right to it meant that you still accomplished it. You still made your commitment. So that's pretty awesome. I know a lot of us.
Well, I made the commitment before I had the reaction. So fortunately, I'd gotten in the things that I committed to before that. So yeah, I lucked out.
No, that wasn't
timing.
That wasn't luck. That was you taking action and not waiting and saying, maybe I'll do it on Tuesday and Wednesday morning, you know? And that's the thing. We make a commitment to be able to jump into it and get started right away is huge because we know that things may come up otherwise. And so I applaud you for that. That's awesome to get right on it. And then even though you had, again, what we call incidental mayhem, where things come up that you have no control over or no way of anticipating, but when you get right on something, get it done early, then you don't have to worry about that stuff. So that's awesome. Thank you. Who else would like to go next?
I'll go. This is Elsie. I promised myself that I would work with visualization along with Tai Chi, and I would do that for 10 minutes every other day. And I failed. I did fail. So that I did work with visualization though, and I did it. So I'm going to give myself some points for that.
Yeah. Great. I think my computer's a little bit slow.
I think the challenge for me is it's more of a discipline issue of maybe I'm really averse to putting things in the calendar, even though I did my journaling, your materials, Ted, every day. And, was real aware of the good questions to ask myself. Spent a lot of time in my own journal. That's a whole other story. But I didn't reach the 10 minutes every other day, but I did begin, and I did do more Tai Chi movements than I typically do, with the form during the week by myself at home, outside of the class. So it was a start, but it wasn't what I had promised myself.
Okay, great. So that's when we make a commitment like this, and whether we keep it or not, don't beat yourself up. You made a choice, and maybe the commitment was a little bit too much for right now, but you did another commitment. You made a conscious choice. Okay, the journaling is more important right now to me, and maybe the visualization is something that 10 minutes is too much right now. Then maybe 5 minutes or 2 minutes. Okay, but just the fact that you started and made progress that you wouldn't have made had you not made that commitment, that's progress. So we're not looking at these commitments as, oh my gosh, I'm a horrible person if I don't get all the way, if I don't cross the finish line on it. But it's just saying, okay, I took certain steps and I made certain choices, and we're always at choice. And that's the key thing to remember is, nobody's going to hold a hammer over your head and say, you have to do this. But we're learning to develop that. I think the key thing is to be able to say, okay, I said I'd do it, I did it. Or I said I'd do it, and I did part of it. Okay? So good.
Good.
So I can go now?
Yes, please.
So mine was to have the application for the nutrition and tracking the meals. I have a Fitbit, so that was a part of the app that I was not using. So it's kind of very handy and using the tracking the food and the calorie, and at the same time, because I have the exercise that I'm doing, so I can see where I am up or down. So yeah, it's working fine. The week went very well, and also I am doing the journaling. I like it. It's kind of quite interesting when you kind of write things, even though that I did some journaling some time ago, but not like a regularly and in any commitment way. So it's working fine, and I like it.
Great, wonderful. And that's just to bring up a point about the journaling, and that is that a lot of you have already had a lot of experience journaling and maybe have your own process. So if that's the case, then just use what I sent you as maybe an adjunct, or maybe add one question to it, or maybe pick one question. But if not, if you like that format and the questions, then it's a great way to really, stay focused on what you're actually feeling. That's the most important thing, is what am I feeling throughout the day? How is it working for me? Wonderful. Thank you, Maria Clara. Who would like to go next? Marianne or Shah?
Yeah, I can go next.
You're on, Marianne.
And my commitment was to not eat after dinner in the evening. That was not a problem at all. As a matter of fact, I felt like maybe I should have gone for something bigger.
Okay.
But no, I didn't eat. And I thoroughly enjoyed the Super Bowl, and it ran late. I could have had my hand in a bowl of potato chips or something, and I didn't. So,
wow.
It just sort of it was fine. I had a really good week. I did journal. I missed one day, but I did journal, and I was kind of stuck with what you said about being fulfilled. And I have a spiritual book club at my home every other Thursday, brought up for people to talk about. And, there was some ambiguity about it. What? And so, I had been journaling on fulfillment and wondering what it would be with me, because you said, anything's possible, just reach for whatever. And finally, today, I decided, and I felt good about, and I think it's a fact, I have to explore it maybe a little bit more, but I came to the conclusion that I fulfilled now. I think I'm shorting myself when I think that I'm not.
Wonderful.
And that was something I thought about. And so after journaling, where all this stuff comes out, the way you said, it kind of surprised me. So for the week, and the meditation is daily. It's not deep or anything like that, but it's a neat thing. I like it. So far, so good. Thank you.
Wonderful. And that's awesome that you kept that commitment, even in a situation like the Super Bowl, where it's like so tempting to just pig out and snack and everything. And, that's the power of committing to yourself, of saying, okay, I said I wasn't going to, I'm not going to. And it's a very powerful thing. I'm going to talk a little bit more, quite a bit today, about fasting and what that does when you make that commitment to saying, okay, I'm going to go for X amount of hours without eating. And it just takes away the temptation, and it's so much easier to then say, okay, I don't need that, once you've made that predetermined choice, versus having to make that choice in the moment of temptation when everybody around you is going for the chip. So that was awesome. Were you happy about the outcome of the Super Bowl, or were you bummed?
Oh, I was high. I was just really, really thrilled. I want to see it again, because I was so intense and so nervous that enjoy it. I'm going to watch it again. And I unfortunately didn't record it because knew I was going to watch every single second of it. Unless my team was really losing, and then I would turn it off. Yeah, it was great. My husband lived in Philly for 4 years, and he was always a big supporter. And finally I said to him, move on. They're not going to do anything. They haven't for years. Same.
Yeah. And you were nervous until the end that Brady would come up with another magic, huh? That pull it out.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I normally wouldn't have watched it, but I was in Florida with friends and they were all there. And I was like, okay, I got into it too. It was pretty exciting. Great. Well, thank you, Marianne. Really appreciate that. Sha, how about you?
Well, one of the things that's really apparent is I'm somehow out of the loop because I haven't gotten any material from you. Can you hear me?
Even the
louder would be better.
I don't know how to do louder. Let's see.
Does your keyboard have little icons on it? With mine has like a picture of a megaphone in it, a plus and minus signs. I press on that to increase the volume.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. This is high as it'll go. So,
Okay.
let's see.
We'll listen harder.
Okay, we'll be intent. Get closer to the screen and we'll listen hard.
Now
She's
she's on mute.
muted herself, Ted.
Okay, well, she's working.
Okay, I'm here.
Yay!
So,
Great.
can
All
you hear
right.
me? Can
Yes.
you hear me at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better.
I'll just scream into the. Getting a little bit stronger and more focused, which is good because I was sick for a while. And let's see. It's a beautiful spring day, so I'm very positive about that. And I'm still having issues with human beings, so there we go.
Great, thanks, Sha. I actually my internet went down for a second there, so I missed the very first part of it. So could you just repeat that real quick, just the first part?
And I drank my water and I did my exercising. That part. I wonder, where's that?
Great, fantastic. Okay. So we're going to move on. So congratulations, everybody. That's really exciting to hear how well you took to it and how you got things accomplished. And I guess I was the laggard of the whole group, so I'll have to be a little bit more intent on my commitments next time. But I did have a wonderful week in Florida, teaching tennis camp there, so it was awesome. And
Good.
actually went out on the water and saw 2 amazing sunsets, so I'll have to share those photos with you. So what I'd like to do now is use the breakout groups. And yesterday we talked about stories, and we talked about creating your new story. And what we want to do now in the breakout rooms, somebody's actually Got some background noise there. We're going to do the breakout rooms. And what I'm going to do is share my screen here just for a minute. And we'll go over just how we're going to work the breakout rooms. So just hold on for a second here while I share my screen. So basically, there should be 3 breakout rooms. And you just click on inner breakout rooms when I click to that, right? And then you'll have a partner and decide who's going to go first. And what I want you to do is have 3 minutes to say one thing or real quickly about your old story. And that should only take 20 or 30 seconds. And then focus on your new story. Okay? What you're creating is a new story. So it can be several things or it can be just one issue. And most important is how you feel when you're actually thinking about or sharing that story. Because any story is only as good as the emotion you put into it. It's the emotion that you feel. So that feeling of how's it going to feel like when I'm on my yacht cruising the Caribbean? Or how am I going to feel when I am able to go down to South Africa and create an orphanage for children, or whatever it is in your new story? Make sure you get to the feelings. Okay, so give yourself about 3 minutes and then just switch and repeat. And then I will bring you back automatically to the away from the breakout rooms, and usually gives you a 1 minute warning. It'll say, okay, breakout's going to stop in 60 seconds. And so when that 60-second warning comes in, the second person should be winding up their talk. You can chit chat for another few seconds until we actually come back together. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Well, this is Marianne, and I'm on a landline, so I don't see any kind of button to push or click.
Okay, so you'll automatically be put into one. If that doesn't happen, so you will be in with one other person. So if you're with Marianne, if you're with the green speaker phone there, make sure you introduce yourself to her and let her know that you're her partner, and go ahead and get started. Okay?
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we're going to go to breakout rooms and hope it works. Any other questions?
Mm-mm.
Okay, we've got it.
What happened?
So I'm going to, so one group will have 2 and one group will have 3. Okay? So if you have 3, just make it about 2 minutes each. Okay?
Yep.
So here we go.
Are we in the breakout room?
Right now.
Breakout room 2, join. Okay.
Oh, so we hit join.
Yes. Yeah, so Shaya, there we go. Marianne? Marianne, are you with anyone?